Cambodia's defence ministry says 3 more civilians have been killed in fighting along its disputed border with Thailand. It takes the death toll there to 7. Thousands of people on both sides have been fleeing the region. Fighting between Thai and Cambodian forces derailed a fragile US-backed ceasefire on Monday. 3 Thai soldiers have died. Thailand says it's taking action to expel Cambodian troops from its territory.
Clashes occurred in several areas. The Cambodian troops continuously fired weapons into Thai territory, and reports indicated that Cambodia had moved long-range weapons and heavy weapons into the border with Thailand, and of course with the intent to use those weapons to fire at the Thai installations and of course other civilian facilities and homes.
Let's bring in Virak Ou. He is a political analyst and president and founder of the think tank Future Forum. He joins us now from the Cambodian capital, Phnom Penh. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Virak. What's your read of the situation?
Well, my read is the current renewed fighting isn't surprising. I think for all of us who are keen observers, the ceasefire was forced upon by Trump administration, Trump's involvement, particularly with the tariff hang over both countries, and because of that, the ceasefire was fragile, was temporary in nature. But if you look at all of this, the current renewed fightings indicating that there's the mechanisms that have been in place either have failed or was never have been sufficient. The ASEAN monitoring observation team, for example, was not in place, at least not in a significant number, or with the necessary backing to enforce the ceasefire. And if you have witnessed domestic politics on both sides, nationalism on both sides have been rising really rapidly and dangerously, and that's what we're witnessing now.
It seems bizarre that there are 2 Buddhist countries who are fighting over what essentially would be territory which includes Hindu temples.
I mean, it seems bizarre, but the tensions between the 2 countries, the 2 Buddhist countries, as you point out, has been there for decades, if not centuries. I think we share, we are neighbors. There's no way we are going to get rid of each other, but the reality is we are good neighbors, but also uneasy neighbors who share deep cultural connections and history, and there's bound to be some frictions, and I think domestic politics seems to get the better of the peoples of both sides.
And Mr. Virak, you alluded to this as well about nationalism, with Thailand in particular having upcoming elections. How do they play into this?
Well, on the Thai side, and the reason I said this, the current fighting is not surprising, and that's because the statements that came out from the Thai military, where they have claims numerous times over the past weeks, saying that they will find one way or another to finish the job, meaning the fighting, the ceasefire that brought the ends to the 5-day war, the 5-day conflicts, was not a finished job. The military was itching for more. They actually wanting to win all of the disputed territories and take controls of all of the disputed temples. So in that regard, it's just the flashpoint or the reasons for the new renewed fightings to take place. Despite whatever the reason is, the new fightings needs to be justified, and what we're witnessing now is part of that. But also, what is really interesting is over the past weeks or so, the visit of the Thai king to Beijing for the first time is a very clear indication that Thailand is actually sending a signals to Trump in a very direct way that Thailand do have options in the region, particularly in the case where Trump was actually forcing the mediations and the ceasefire, and therefore Thailand did not want to internationalize the conflicts, the tensions, and the fact that Trump got involved, ASEAN got involved, something that the Thai military was not happy. But also recently, the current Prime Minister Anutin is a minority prime minister. His party won a small much smaller seats in parliament. He's an accidental prime minister, but also the mishandling of the flooding crisis in southern Thailand, I think, adding more urgencies to a divergence of the crisis, I think, towards something that has been simmering for so long. So I think the border tensions and the conflict is not new. It's been there. It's a brewing grounds for more diversion, and that's what we're witnessing now. What I fear is that we are now going to start this. I mean, we're going to see potentially a much longer, much deeper fighting, and that could last longer, have far deeper consequences. One of the consequences that I fear is when, if there's superpowers that get involved, either taking side, supporting either side in any way. So you look at the Trump faction, whether Trump will intervene again, or whether Trump will just ignore the whole thing and focus on other matters. But China is in the background, looming large. They're not going to ignore the situations in South Asia and the two neighbors. And I think there's any of that involvement, I think we could be in a new era where the South Asia becoming another hotspot for proxies conflicts again.
Mr. Virak, thank you very much. That's the president and founder of a Future Forum, joining us from the Cambodian capital of Phnom Penh.
Thank you.
Don't miss out. Get a full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.